Hi, this is Ivy from Homeschool on the Range. With the Schoolhouse Review crew, we've recently had the chance to check out the new starter kit from Fermentools. And I'm going to be making some sauerkraut. I'm going to show you how to make our own family recipe of sauerkraut. It's something that we've come up with on our own. You use basic cabbage, an apple, some nori, and some dandelion. Now, I just went out in my yard and picked these dandelions. It's rain, so they're clean. Make sure that you get dandelions that don't have ants or anything in them. You know, nature has a funny way of giving us exactly what we need. Right now it is spring, and dandelion is kind of a liver tonic. It helps to clean out all of that sludgy stuff that builds up in your body after eating all of the heavy foods from the holidays and the winter season. So I like to add a little bit of dandelion for that reason, and also because it's just pretty. It gives it some nice color. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is prep all of your vegetables. I have already chopped up the nori and the apple and got that prepped and ready to go. Next thing we're going to do is the cabbage itself. Now, a lot of people will use a mandolin or some kind of shredder to shred their cabbage, but I just chop it into fine pieces. We're going to put it in a bowl and we're going to work the salt into it here in just a second. The Fermentools kit comes with a piece of paper that has a basic sauerkraut recipe. So for the sake of the video, we're going to kind of go along and follow with this. It gives you measurements based on a 5-pound head of cabbage. I have considerably less in this bowl because we're going to make a small batch today. I like to make small different craft batches. I like to play with things a little bit. So we're not going to use the whole 3 tablespoons of salt. We're just going to use 1 tablespoon. And I'm going to kind of spread it all around here. I have a mortar and a pestle. I've pulled out pestle to use. And you're just going to find something that you can use to work the salt into the cabbage, crushing it, and breaking open those cell walls. As you break open the cell walls, oops, I hit the video. As you break open the cell walls, that will release juices, the natural juices that the cabbage has. It's going to take you about 10 minutes of doing this to release those juices, and you should see a brine start to develop down in the bottom of your bowl. So we're going to turn the video off while we finish this step, and then we'll come back in just a second. Okay, we finished preparing the vegetables. So the next thing that we're going to do is to pack our cabbage and our other vegetables tightly down into a clean glass jar. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to pack it all very, very tightly. If I have any space left, I'm going to make a 2% some saline mixture to cover it up, because the whole point is that you want everything to be below the water. And then I will show you what to do with that as soon as we finish packing this jar. So I love the salt that comes with the Fermentools starter kit. It is an ancient Himalayan salt, and I love how it's just such a fine quality. It just dissolves right into the water. It's wonderful. Since I'm not feeling like making a mess today, I'm going to use my canning funnel to finish putting the water in here. And I still made a mess. Alright, got some water in there. You want to mop up around the jar. Make sure that everything's pushed down in there. Now you're probably wondering, how on earth am I going to keep it all below the level? This is where your kit comes in. Inside your Fermentools kit are all the pieces that you need for a happy ferment. And the first one that we're going to use is the glass weight. I'm going to set it right down in here. Look at that. It's going to keep everything right where it needs to be. Then I'm going to put down my rubber gasket and the stainless steel piece. It's not punched out. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so there were 2 rubber stoppers in there. One had a hole, one did not. I grabbed the one that didn't have the hole. Grab your stopper with the hole in it. Stick this piece there. Stick the other piece. Whoops, I want a ring. I don't want this to slide off the top, so I'm going to put a ring on here. Maybe. There we go. To keep it from sliding around and making a mess. Then I'm going to put my rubber stopper in. Now you're probably wondering what the deal is with all of the salt. The salt basically creates an anaerobic environment, keeping the oxygen out so it doesn't create molds and other undesirable things growing in your sauerkraut. Alright, this is your airlock. It's going to allow air to come out as it starts to bubble up. If you've ever cracked open a beer and had it go all over the place, that's from the fermentation process, creating that carbon dioxide and the other things that come out. This keeps it from building up in here so that your jar won't explode. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in a dark place for about a week. Isn't it beautiful? Let it work its magic, and then we will have some homemade sauerkraut. It's as easy as that.